your long-awaited podcast. Welcome to the Pink Pod, and I am your host, Pastor Jameliah Gooden. And right now, what we're going to do is we're going to have different, guests come. And I figured I would just start off with somebody that I love and that I can pull from because I know her so near and dear to my heart. And even though this is the podcast, and even though we are faith-based, we're going to get raw, real, and uncut. That means you're going to hear some stuff, and please don't judge me. And if you do, go find somebody else to listen to. But here, right here, tell them, Shell, we are going to be speaking about stuff that is raw, real, and uncut, even in the body of Christ.
That's right.
Right? Don't start that. That's right. That's right. No, act like you act when we in the car. When we in the car and ain't nobody around, this is the raw, real, and uncut segment. This is the Pink Pod, and I'm so excited to finally bring this to you. It is a long-awaited opportunity, and we're going to do this. It's nothing like you do in the church. It's nothing like Car Chronicles. This is raw, real, and uncut. We're going to be talking about some stuff. And so today, Elder Michelle is here, but we're going to call her Michelle.
Please call me Michelle.
I'm MJ. This is Michelle.
What's up, y'all? Come on, let's go.
You all right with your cramps?
Girl, these cramps.
Drink your coffee.
This is blueberry tea. It's supposed to be good for belly fat. So I'm going to drink all the blueberry juice.
Probiotics. No, probiotics give me gas. And
me too.
I think, and I try to get Fred to do it. And he had all this gas. And even though we're trying to deal with our midsection, because when you get a certain age, your midsection, it's just, but the probiotics, it gives me gas, like bad gas.
I have it too all the time. And then I think I need to stop eating cheese. I had that pizza.
When we did the colonic, they said that's the worst thing that you could eat is cheese. But
Yeah.
You can't help it.
And I had a double whammy yesterday. I had ice cream and pizza.
Did you go out for pizza?
I went out for pizza.
You was shady as hell.
What?
You went out after we got back?
Yeah. I had a pizza fellowship.
You shady.
What?
That's why she's here. She's our shady friend. You really went out. As late as we went out.
They wanted to eat pizza.
No, they didn't want to eat pizza. You wanted to eat pizza.
But you know what?
Nah.
I had 2 slices.
Where I told you to go?
No, we didn't make it up there because it was just too late. So went to our other spot.
You sneaky.
I ain't sneaky. I told you I was going on a pizza fellowship.
That's all right. We talking about fellowshipping because if anyone got my
and
book,
you know who I went with?
No,
yeah.
I know who you went with. Oh no, that's clear. That's clear. But when we got out the car, you said you wasn't going.
I know it, but they call and I be changing my mind on people all the time. I need to stop that.
I'm glad that we pulled this out of her. So we went from probiotics to pizza.
Yeah, because pizza, I think the probiotics
to pizza
help the gas that the pizza causes. Because it's that cheese. We're lactose intolerant.
I think we're not supposed to eat cheese, but
we're not supposed to eat dairy.
Dairy. Well, let me tell you something. Have you ever been intimate with somebody and blew a fart?
Oh, girl.
Y'all know how it is, the probiotics. You get the probiotics, and then it's just, well, now that I know that we gonna get in trouble for it, but we don't care. No, Shell, seriously,
what?
let's talk. Let's go back to the pizza, because you're not gonna negate.
No, I went to eat pizza.
Okay. So eating pizza is an amazing thing. We all like Jesus and pizza, right?
Yeah.
Jesus and pizza is just Jesus, ice cream, and pizza. But what we gonna be talking about is your dating life. God ain't got nothing to do with your dating life.
Absolutely nothing.
I wish people would stop saying that they're waiting on the Lord. And I am married, and my sister is single, very single. And so she went out last night after she told us she wasn't gonna do it. But she went out, and I think the problem with I'm 51, and I think we have to look at the dynamics in the age group. And so if you're listening to us right now, and if you're a man, woman, boy, girl, whatever age group, this dating thing is out of control.
It's out of control. You can't master it. When you think you haven't figured, that's why it's a game.
That's why people don't get it. It's called the dating game for a reason. If you don't know how to play, you're gonna lose at it.
And you have to stay up on your game, because
Right.
the minute you think
it's clear that you're on your game, because it was
I'm
late.
on my game. I'm on my game, and I fellowship quite often, and I like to.
Okay, you can get stuck in dating. Do you ever get afraid you get stuck in dating?
I think I'm stuck in singleness.
Wow. Okay. So when you say, but that's what I was saying before, when you get so independent until you become selfishly single.
Absolutely.
And so you think that people get selfishly single. Now I really see this. I see that people get selfishly single after the ages of 30.
Yeah.
Or if they're divorced or widowed, or even came out of a long-term relationship.
That's right.
You become stuck in dating because you like it. It's even exciting for some people.
Yeah, and then you get,
because you can like it.
You can like it.
Dislike it?
I don't dislike it. Sometimes it is exciting. It depends on who I'm fellowshipping with.
Right.
But then sometimes I'm like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Censor, excuse me, censor. But no, seriously, at some point, you have to say to yourself, look, I do want to get married, but then when you start fellowship, you be like, nah.
Yeah, and you know who make me say nah the most? Men my age. So
okay, but wait a minute. Mm-hmm. But when you look at our children, or you look at our nieces and our nephews, and they're like in their 25, 23, they say the same thing.
They probably say the same thing.
In women of a certain age.
But then when I date someone who is 35, 36, 37.
Michelle, you like them young.
Wow.
You's a cougar.
So
this is going to be so interesting. We thank God for His mercy. No, sis, seriously.
I'm really trying to broaden my horizon, my mindset, and not stay stuck in a specific group or age group of. You have to.
You gotta open up the dynamics of dating.
Absolutely.
Now, this is what I found. I put up a post recently, and the post was about, if you are single and you're waiting for the person to just knock on the door.
You did.
Remember that?
Yep.
You got a problem. And a lot of people, you are having this expectation that you're waiting on God, or you're waiting on the Lord. I think that is the worst thing people could do. Let's just stop it already. It's cute. It was cute when we were growing up. They did it to tell us that, you know what, you don't have chastity belts anymore, so we'll just scare you. Mm-hmm. So we want you to be married and go and have a big wedding and then get married, and you had a baby out of wedlock, and all of the stuff that they did that was just really demonstrous. That's
terrible.
That's a me word.
You can use that.
But I think it really was unfortunate, because a lot of women and men missed out waiting for the Lord, or they missed out because somebody told them, you better wait on God, or it's better to marry than to burn. Either way you put it out there, you put pressure on people that was not necessary.
So right.
Now you have people now that say, nah, I'm going to make the rules in dating. God ain't got nothing to do with your dating life.
Wait, no, He has nothing to do with it. And right. Jesus is not your husband.
Ain't that it?
He is not and will never be
since
your husband.
Since all the religious people are watching, he biblically he said that in Ezekiel, because he was talking about Israel as his bride.
As his bride.
But it does not mean that you as an individual just sit down, you wait on the Lord, and you be of good courage, and He will strengthen your way. But you got all kind of roses and devices, because your flesh is going. You better drink your tea on that one.
Can we talk about the rose?
Oh, we're gonna talk about the rose on the next segment. Amen. We're gonna talk about single, save, and sex toys.
For real.
No. Reality.
Saints have a treasure box of tricks.
Seriously. I think the problem is nobody wants to speak about the reality of having a relationship with Christ and a relationship with themselves.
That's right.
And I think people always say, well, you better wait on the Lord. I'm waiting on the Lord. I'm waiting on the Lord. I had an aunt, God rest her soul. And I tell you all this all the time. I never will forget when she waited, and we were she just held Hunter, and she said, if I just would have had one.
Wow.
I just should have had one. She never got married. She never had kids. waiting on the Lord.
Wow.
So what do you do? What do you do if you just saying you waiting on the Lord, but yet and still you're not doing what you got to do to be connected?
You're not doing it.
It's
you're
confusing.
Sitting there.
He's not the author of confusion.
He is not the author of confusion.
So why do women feel bad? Why do men feel bad? Why do they always say, well, I'm waiting on the Lord, I'm waiting on the Lord. And then you wait on the Lord, and then they, I don't know. I just think what bothers me about people who have religious mindset is they're so manipulative. Yeah. And if you, well, why don't you wait on the Lord? Wait on the Lord. Wait on the Lord to be a good child. Well, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But does that help at night?
No, it doesn't help at night. In the church needs to tell the truth.
They don't want to. They don't like it.
I'm glad I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm free. There's nothing wrong with me fellowshipping. If I fellowship every day of the week.
But if you fellowship, you're having sex.
No, if you fellowship, you're not having sex.
Sis, if you're fellowshipping, you're having sex. I know people who have went on dates, or they found somebody that they like, and their status on Facebook is now in a relationship. And you have people who are in the church call them up and throw them under the bus because they immediately look at dating
as having sex.
Yeah.
And that's why so many people are bound because of the indoctrination of man's beliefs. That is some baloney and some trash.
I think it's sad that people don't have an understanding about life.
Right.
And honestly, you have to have an understanding about life. Let's have an understanding about real life.
Yes.
Real life, real issues. If you're single and you want to date, you should be out here fellowshipping. If you're a man, I don't care if you're the archbishop of some society in Timbuktu, in Zamunda. If you're trying to find somebody, no, seriously.
That's right.
You need to get out here and you need to fellowship. You need to date. Go out on a date. Go out on a few dates.
Go out on a few dates.
But here's the thing.
And have a drink.
Look, I think a lot of people don't do it because they don't trust themselves.
And that could be possible. It was a preacher some time ago said that it was not the other person that he was scared of. And I'm not going to call his name. I'll tell you afterward. But he said he was afraid of himself, of what he would do. Right. So that may be the case with a lot of people, that they're afraid of themselves.
Well, honestly speaking, if a person is afraid to date because they're afraid of what they may do, because if you've been locked up and your cootie cat got webs on it and your diggly got all kind of stuff on it where you have not, you've held yourself, how long can you do that? I've dealt with women and counseled them. They have been single and celibate for 40 years.
Yes.
And when they finally get to the place, it's too late.
And I have someone who I talked to, and she's like, how long are we going to have to go through this? Yeah. How long are we going to have? She say, I'm waiting on the Lord.
And nobody going to tell you that. Not one leader in the church going to say, this is how you wait. Right. This is how you date. Do you know waiting and dating are both things that you got to do to find yourself in a relationship? Some people may not want to get married.
Right. They just want to date. And right now, I'm a serial single.
You're a serial single. No, some people want a travel companion.
That's true. And sometimes, I don't want, and I think I've told you this before, sometimes I feel like I don't want someone around me all the time, but I do have my moments where I want that companionship. I do want somebody to Netflix and chill. I do want somebody I can go out to eat with. And, and then there are other times where, I'm ready for this. And I think more times than before, since I've turned 50 and I'm on the other side of this thing.
Right.
I think I do want somebody in my space every day. I want somebody I can pick a fight with. I want somebody I can tell to put the toilet seat down.
Did you say pick a fight?
Yeah. You know you pick fight. A good fight means good makeup.
Hey, you ain't got to tell me that.
Yeah.
It's for me.
So all that other stuff, I'm ready to experience that now, but I want it to be the right person.
Dating after 40. Fear is associated with it.
Fear is associated with it.
Dating after 40. That's what I'm saying. God ain't got nothing to do with your dating life. Stop putting him in your dating life. Yes, I know what Proverbs says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor in the Lord. I got that. But there is some work that people have to do.
Absolutely.
After you get up a certain age, you become very fearful. You become fearful that I'm going to die alone, or you become fearful like it's too hard. And I'm gonna say something. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like what I'm gonna say.
Just say it, sis. Say it.
Censor.
Say it.
Dating now, you are competing with same sex.
You are.
That's just the bottom line. You are competing with same sex.
You are. Absolutely.
Because we live in a world where sex has now become a melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it was back in the day. Remember, we're in our 50s. Some of the things that the couples are doing or the people are doing or people are doing in their dating life, you're like, what is that? Y'all doing what? You're doing what? I was listening to this one young lady and she was saying she is looking for a relationship, but she's looking for a relationship with the person she's already in a relationship with. And so I was listening to her have this dialogue because, you know, you hear everything on TikTok,
yeah, you do.
Facebook, social media, everything is out there. So the church is scared to talk about stuff that's already out here. The church is missing out on knowledge, and that's why the church is destroyed. And this girl was saying, no, I'm in a relationship. I've been with my fiance for a while, and we're gonna get married. But before we get married, these are things that I want to experience. And she said, he's not gay. She said, but I'm looking to be in a relationship with a man, and he doesn't want to be in the relationship like throupling. Mm-hmm. She said he gave her the approval to see other men while they're engaged. So she could divvy up her, and I'm sitting up there and I'm looking at TikToks and I'm like, it was on TikTok. Yeah. Oh, you can find it. And I'm like, what? So they're in an open relationship. So he's allowing her to experiment with other men while he stays home and allows her. And I'm like, that was unheard of back in the day. But now, how do you date when you're dealing with this? How do you date where someone is saying, I'm a bisexual man or I'm a bisexual woman, but I want to be in a relationship with you? That's what I'm saying. Y'all need to throw God out of your dating life because y'all don't even know what you're doing yourself. We know biblically what the word said, but how do you find yourself competing and you competing with men?
You're competing with men.
Men are competing with women. And so dating now is a quagmire. It's like, what do you do? So now you have to go and you got to revamp and rewrite the rules of dating.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
I believe that.
Okay.
And I always said I could never, because it is same sex is big now. It's here.
Yeah.
But could never compete with another man for a man.
Yeah.
But I can give a woman a run for her money.
Yeah.
But I cannot compete.
Say that again, sis. Listen to what she's saying.
I can never compete.
Never compete
with another man for a man.
For a man.
But I can give another woman a run for her money.
And this is what it is, and it's unfortunate. So I think it people need to just take God out of your dating life. Take him out because. They want to blame everything on God, that it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be biblically we know what it says. But these are grown folks. Making grown decisions, whether you like it or not. And you got to ask yourself, what do you do when you're trying to find love or find yourself in a situation or relationship?
Right.
But it's all of this going on and I don't know how to navigate. So that's what I'm saying. God ain't got nothing to do with your dating life.
He has nothing to do with it.
No. How do you navigate through it all?
I think for me.
No, I want to know what's the questions you ask.
What questions?
How do you find out the good stuff?
I just let it flow naturally.
Okay. That's why I say
you have to eat the wings and they will tell you anything you want to know. You don't have to ask questions. You don't have to give expectations. You don't have to say, and please stop putting out there what you want. Don't tell nobody what you want. I want my man. I want him to do this. I want him to do. Don't tell him that because he's going to be everything you want him to be.
That's right.
For a little while. Yeah. And then the real person is going to show up.
Because you can only hold it together.
Yeah. So I sit and I listen. Yeah. I like to listen. I like to, I just sit and I listen and I learn a lot.
What are the most successful dating sites that you found?
BLK has been real good to me.
BLK?
BLK.
BLK. Okay.
Mm-hmm. BLK.
You said it's been good to you. Explain that.
I met
you found that because honestly, people kill me. Like these podcasts gonna be good because we're gonna be raw, real, and uncut. Look, you gotta. Are they mentally good? Are they mentally sane? Because it's crazy folks everywhere.
It's crazy folks everywhere. The ones that I have come in contact with are
Okay.
mentally good, except for one that asked me to borrow my truck. I think
Wait a minute. Can I borrow your truck?
he want to borrow my truck for a day.
And you just met him. He asked
I
you about your
just,
truck.
yeah, you ain't known me 3-4 weeks and you want to borrow. First of all, I don't care if you know me 3-4 years. You ain't getting my truck.
No, I'm gonna tell you something you said the other day. You said there are more men that have mental problems or issues than they put out there.
They are.
So you find that there's more men who are unstable in a lot of ways, not just financially.
No, not just financially. Men are hurting from past relationships.
And they never got counseling, of course, because they're mostly African American men. And I'm telling y'all, African American men,
Get some
you
counseling.
need to get some counseling. Just like women go to therapy,
Yes.
you guys need therapy too, because you're coming into something, holding something. Go ahead.
Men are still suffering from heartbreaks,
They do.
breakups, divorces, just like we do. Don't go bleed on nobody else.
Yeah. And then after a certain age, it becomes difficult because he now has to change his spots, and leopards don't really do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, and then it's just so many things that come into dating until a lot of times I do understand why people throw their hands up and say, never mind, I don't want to do it.
Men are insecure with strong women.
Okay.
There's a sense of intimidation.
Now that's another topic for a different day, because like I told you guys, being the dating coach that I'm going to, take a few.
Right.
I think there's a balance that a lot of people don't understand that helps a woman that is, strong. I'll use that word.
Yes.
And because you have to have that negative and that positive. A positive doesn't work. And I think a lot of times people don't know that you need someone even kill. The even kill helps the person that's rambunctious or vivacious, or so that's something that I think we're going to address at another time for sure. But Be Okay has worked for you.
Be Okay has
now
worked.
For the younger people. It's what is it?
Hinge and
okay.
Hinge. You have Hinge. Match.com has been around forever and a day, and I think they're still pretty much up there.
Okay.
It's rated as one of the top 10 dating apps or dating sites that you can go to.
Okay.
I think there's an app on the phone called Tinders. I don't like Tinders.
Okay.
And then of course,
what about people, women of a certain age? We're considered women of a certain age.
Love Again.
Love Again. That's for
Love Again. That's for women of a certain age, men of a certain age who are desiring a serious relationship.
Right.
Not just on there, just the friends with benefits. That kills me.
Right. No. Remember we was having a conversation, and a girlfriend of ours, she said that she had met this guy and they were conversing for a while. And he asked, is she open to being in their marriage?
Yes.
Because there were married people who were our age that were looking for someone. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all need to take God. Look, you consult the Lord for everything.
Yes.
But when it comes down to your dating life, take them out. Take them out. Because when you have an expectation that this is a God-fearing person, and that's a God-fearing person, and that's a God-fearing person, the minute you find out they ain't a God-fearing person, you turn around and you get mad at God because you had an expectation that they was going to be this, that, and the other, and come to find out that they weren't that at all. How about this? How about just date?
Just date. No expectations.
Because once you put, sis. Once you put up, I'm looking for a God-fearing man or a God-fearing woman, they going to put God in your face. But underneath all of that stuff in your face is all them skulls and bones and things that you never thought, because they presented a God-fearing person, because that's what you said you wanted.
Yep.
Just see the person for who they are. Just be like, this is Bob. This is Chuck. This is, Anita. Right. This is just two individuals out having something to eat.
Having something to eat.
Fellowshipping.
Enjoying yourselves. Laughing, talking, good conversation.
But here's the thing. This generation is very different. Watch this. When you have people who are over 40 going back into the world of dating after divorce, widowed, separation, or whatever it is that caused you to be back out here, the time has changed and passed.
Yeah.
So if you
A lot. So
if you were
yeah.
with someone for 5 years, 10 years, or maybe 15 years, and it doesn't work out and you're out here again, you are like a deer in the headlights because stuff has changed so much until you be like, what's a sneaky link? You don't know. And then you got to be careful because you'll get hurt thinking that it's you.
Yeah.
But you don't know what's going on out there because the times have changed. And so then you'll be thinking there's something wrong with you because not that I can't keep up. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. And I think getting back out here and fellowship, because it took me a while. I don't want to be bothered, period.
Yeah.
But it was a fear for me.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how.
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
And you're not going to learn what you're doing if you don't get out there and try.
Right.
At least try.
So the rules of dating have to be rewritten.
Yeah.
Is that a word, rewritten?
It is.
Rewritten.
Yeah.
The rules of dating have to be rewritten because of the times we're living in.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky links. We living in. I mean, I've never seen such confusion in all of my life in the world of dating, and that's why the dating game is so hard to win now.
Yeah.
Because people don't know what they're doing. Take God out of it.
Take him out of it.
Of course, in your private time, you pray about what you want.
Absolutely.
But I'm saying when you first meet someone and you're like, I want a God-fearing man. I want a God-fearing woman. I was looking at, I forget who it was, and the guy was in the car and he was talking about what he desired.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, I want a woman that knows God and faith and stuff. And so the host of the show was like, okay, so you want a woman that's celibate. He said, wait, hold on now. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just want her to love Jesus. But, and so you want, get an understanding.
Absolutely.
Get an understanding.
And just because they love God don't mean they're going to love you.
Because I'm going to tell you something. There's some bishops out here that is trifling.
Good for nothing kind of brothers.
Mm-hmm. Trifling. If it's in the seat, they going to hit it. If it's on the pulpit, they gonna hit it. If it's on the drums, the organ, and the
ain't
praise
that
and
nothing?
They's gonna hit it. And I think it's really unfair that people say, well, I'm waiting for the Lord. Nah, you ain't waiting for the Lord.
Sure ain't.
You just praying you don't get caught.
And that's it. You're praying you don't get caught.
Take God
out of it.
Out of your dating life. Your dating life ain't got nothing to do with God. It is your first free will choice. That means it's between you and whoever it is that you are fellowshipping with. But pray in your private time before you make a decision. Is this person compatible for me? That's where and I think women are sitting home like, I'm praying for the Lord. I'm waiting for the Lord. I'm waiting for the Lord. And he's like, what you waiting for me for?
Right. He ain't got nothing to do with that. You sitting at home.
Yeah.
Waiting on the Lord.
I've seen it oftentimes. I promise you, beautiful aunt. I mean, she was beautiful, just beautiful. And I had personal time with her. And she just said, I should have had at least one. She never got married, never had children. And she said, I'm waiting on the Lord. I had another aunt. She said the same thing. She said, look at me. She said, I'm waiting on the Lord and look. And you become resentful.
You do.
You ever felt that way?
I haven't felt resentful, but I feel like now the clock is ticking for me because I'm 50.
Okay.
Even one of our friends said the other week at a party, said, Michelle, what you waiting on? You 50.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? You're right.
But what are you waiting on? That's what I'm telling these women. What are you waiting?
What are you
waiting for?
Yeah.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? You're waiting for the Lord to say,
it's not going to happen.
FedEx.
That is not going to happen.
UPS.
It is not going to happen.
And you're not doing anything. You're not getting on no apps. You're not going out. You're not letting nobody hook you up on no blind date. You're not leaving the country. You're not trying to go outside. And I think people, and I just hear what I'm saying. I'm speaking from different perspectives of my life. Like I said, my sister has been with her husband for over 30-something. You know that.
Yeah.
When I tell you, for years. And he's Jewish.
Yeah.
He's Jewish. And so I think women specifically, men have more options. But women specifically, you limit yourself because you're waiting on God. Somebody's going to say, well, you don't believe God can do it? Well, the one that said that, let me ask you a question. How long have you been single?
How long have you been single?
And what have you been doing to help you, get out there and discover something. I wish that sometimes I do wish, and my shoes are not that big to fill. I'm honest. I'm humble. Shut up, sis.
Okay.
But I do. I wish that, no, seriously, I wish that women could walk in my shoes and people could walk in my shoes so they could hear some stuff, to hear women that I know that got married that says, I never been on a concert before. I've never went to the movies before. I don't know what it is. And I don't know. I don't know how to do that stuff. And I'm like, what you mean you don't know? Well, I was taught not to. No, you were taught wrong.
All wrong.
All wrong. Everybody has to work out their own soul salvation. Biblically, that's what it says.
That's what it says.
But one of the things about religion I can't stand,
what's that?
They won't let you be an adult.
They won't let you be an adult.
You are an adult, and adults do what adults do. Adults live like adults. They move like adults. They take the free will and they make choices, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you agree with the choices or not. They make choices. And in your dating life, you have to choose that you're going to do something about it instead of staying at home, reading your Bible, praying, hoping that he or she will knock on the door. You've got to do something about it. Men have more choices. Don't you agree?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do.
Men have more choices.
Yeah.
You believe that?
I believe men have more choices than women, but women don't give themselves a chance.
Okay.
Because they're not doing anything about it.
Okay.
They're not doing anything about it. You're sitting at home, like you said, just waiting. You leave your house. You're not presentable. You look like you just whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, men have way more options than we have.
When we do the podcast, I always like to do something called figment. A figment is like a figment of your imagination. And so a figment could be anybody that I just ask a random question, and whether they're in the building, not in the building, if I call them, if I ask them the question, they'll just go ahead and they'll say it. And so from a male's perspective, the male's perspective will say, and I'm going to ask, figment, just say yes. Do men have more options? Yes or no? Okay. So the figment said yes, and he is a male, that men have more options. Now I'm going to ask you, men have more options, and because they have more options, do they take the opportunity and play a little bit longer?
Oh, yes, I definitely believe that men do play a little bit longer. I also believe that they play a little bit longer because I believe, and this is just my opinion, women are more settled in a sense than a man is.
Okay.
And we're more serious in a sense.
Okay.
And so we'll play, but we don't want to play as long.
Okay. The reason why women become more serious is because of the biological clock. I believe that if women did not have this pressure that life brought, because we couldn't do anything about childbearing age. Childbearing age says that I want to have children before. Right. Men could be 90 years old and still have a child. And so that's the pressure. And so because men don't have that pressure, I believe that's why they stay a little bit longer. And so in staying a little bit longer out there, they don't really have to get it together that quickly.
They don't have to get it together. And then two, being single for so long, men and women alike become so set in their ways.
Okay.
So set till it's just hard to let anyone in that space.
Yeah.
You have to really have a willing desire to say, okay, I'm going to open up my space and allow someone to share this with me. We all become so settled and stuck in our ways till if it doesn't work out or if we're just having a bad day, I'm going to pack up my toys and I'm going home and you can go home. It's just so easy. We don't want to work anything out. We don't want to take the time to.
You can't have your cake and eat it.
You cannot.
And that's the gamble in the game of dating. There's a gamble in the game of dating. And I say that all the time. The gamble in the game of dating is that when you roll the dice, you really don't know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the game that is played in dating because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to take people serious. And you don't even take inventory about your likes and dislikes as you get older.
That's right.
So when you get younger, you can grow old with someone, but you can grow old with somebody and waste your whole life.
Your whole entire life with the wrong person.
And that's what I'm saying. At some point, we need to just pray about all things. But when it comes down to dating, take God out of your dating life and just see the person for who they are. And when you get home privately, then you pray about everything. But don't come in there saying you want this man of God, this woman of God, because they're going to present a package and it may not be the real thing.
And it's not going to be the real thing.
All right, that's the Pink Pod for you guys. It has been good. It has been exciting. Understand that we're going to do this as much as we can. And we just want you guys to subscribe, tell your friends about the Pink Pod, because they're going to be wonderful conversations that we're going to have that we're not afraid to tackle, because this is what we do. We're going to have guests. And sometimes you hear me talk to a figment, somebody, especially a male or somebody that, loves the camera but don't want to be seen, will come and make a statement or say something. And please don't say, oh my gosh, what's going on there? Because here at the Pink Pod, we always have a figment. It's a figment of your imagination. And so therefore, we love to talk to people. We love to talk to people about situations. And I am going to say with this specific one, take God out of your dating life and just be human. Be human. That's the bottom line, right, sis?
That's it.
Be human. You're
That's
human.
it.
You're a human being. Before you are any man of God, woman of God, priest, monk, you are a human being. Date like a human being.
That's right.
But give God what you do in the process of being human. And you do that in the privacy of your home.
Absolutely.
This was good. I like this.
Thank you, Coach Jamila.
Oh,
Thank you, Coach.
We still got to talk about you going out.
I went to eat pizza.
I can't. We gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole. Ooh, ain't no fun when Rabbit got the gun.
Ain't no fun.
Yeah, that's another topic, man. These topics gonna be good, boy, because I got so many things that I want to ask about this conundrum of dating, because it's so much that you and I can talk about, and even just people who are watching. I wouldn't want to be out here.
Oh, absolutely not.
Ain't no way in the world.
No.
Look, let me tell you something, friend. I got this saying: it's till death or to death. I don't want to be out here because it's like, what are they doing? You understand?
It's crazy.
But I believe that if you invest in yourself, you'll be good for somebody else.
Absolutely.
All right, that's the Pink Pod. I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, sister.
Thank you, sister.
Hey, sister. Hey, sister. Hey.
Here, ring the bell.
Go ahead and ring the bell. With you, it's either ring the bell or twerking. Whatever you're gonna do, you can do it here.
Listen.
Oh Lord, not here. Sit in the chair. Sit in the chair.
Okay.
Sit in the chair.
Okay.
We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Let me sip my tea.
Go sip your tea. I am MJ and this is Michelle. We thank you guys for tuning in. Please tell your friends about us and subscribe, because this is the Pink Pod, and we're going to be talking and tackling topics that people of praise don't want to talk about today. All right? Thank you guys for tuning in.
Bye.
Let's talk about the pizza.
Let's talk about it.
Did you really go out?